Hello everyone, No Respawns here. I hope you're doing well and having a grand week. So, we have made a Brotherhood steel camp using the new watchtower as the kind of go-to set piece. So where are we? We're just north of Watoga, just here. There's the Quarry X3. There's a big blast zone. Do you want to see it? Oof, looking pretty. Fortunately, this area doesn't get nuked, or at least it shouldn't, because there's nothing of value here. So just as a thing, so this watchtower comes in the latest bundle, which I'm going to show you. It's this one. What am I doing? Menu. Atomic drop. And it's actually in here, so you actually buy it from where you buy the atoms. It's not worth it. It's cool. It looks great. Yeah, grand. Really like the structure. It's 24 quid. It's $30, I think, in the US, and I dread to think what it is in Australian dollars. Bless them. Probably like grand. But to be frank, this is, I don't know what they're thinking charging it. It's like, I bought it because I am a YouTuber and ergo I wanted to review it. But realistically, unless you really have severe FOMO or just really like it that much, I just couldn't ever justify getting this if I didn't have a means, with a YouTube channel, like, okay, I'll make a video on it. But as just as a player, I wouldn't have got this. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just not worth it. I still think that Bethesda need to fire the person who decides the prices of their, paid assets on the Atom Store, because that person probably cost them way more money in PR. To be utterly frank, and lost sales through that way than anything you might rake up from the 25 quid. Make it a tenner to 15. Chances are you'd probably have people snapping up like that. But because it's 25, it's just a little bit too much. Anyway, so I pre-built this one because it's mostly just fences. And I wanted to make a kind of like a video on this quickly, so people can kind of see it and, decide whether they want it, which I would recommend not. But if you do want it, this is what it looks like. And also just because it's a Brotherhood of Steel camp in it, so I wanted it to make it look Brotherhood of Steely, which means fences and militarized. I did actually run out of build limit on this. You'll probably notice, I will highlight, some parts are a little bit sparse. Just because, I ran out of build, because it's a big structure, and I tried to do something quite large. It's still pretty cool. I do like the structure. It's just, it might make a good blueprint, perhaps, but in something like this scale, I ran out of build limit. I mean, it's reasonably busy inside, but there are parts where I would like to have added more. Also, and the eternal problem with Fallout 76 is the fact that if I want to do something Brotherhood of Steel themed, Enclave themed, or that kind of crisp, tidy faction themed, we don't really have the assets available to make it look interesting. All of our building assets are quite scrappy. So if you just do it kind of clean, crisp Brotherhood of Steel or Enclave stuff, you're going to sort of not have much to use. And it's a thing. So I tried to kind of, control myself a bit with, for example, there aren't really any flower pots or kind of Halloween decorations everywhere. But it would be nice if we got some more Brotherhood of Steel assets. See, it's a little bit empty. This is the one I was going to decorate last, so I haven't actually decorated that very much at all. I do love this structure so much. To be honest, if you've got this, I personally think it's better than that. I said, this is cool. I'm just giving my honest opinion here. That, I think, is way more practical than that, because you can make a cool base, which is quite busy. Oh, incidentally, I completely never unlocked the Brotherhood of Steel Collectron, so an F in the chat, please, yeah. The one cool thing about this is this door. Oh. Okay, that alone is worth 25 quid. I've changed my mind. It's worth it for the door. It's quite a massive structure. Is he just getting stuck? One sec, let me just Byler. He was getting stuck, yeah. But yeah, it's quite a big structure inside. As I said, I tried to kind of keep it a little bit as Brotherhood of Steel as I could, so more serious military rather than colourful and silly, which is what I normally do. I mean, I've had to do a little bit, although some vertibirds in the distance. I hate vertibirds so much. The new stash box that come with it is very cool. This locker is admittedly quite grand. It does look quite nice. You can make this kind of little bunk situation going down. I kind of relax the flowers thing in this section because it was, you know, where they live and all that jazz. I said I probably would like another quarter of the build limit again on this, really. Maybe a third to kind of make this look the way I like. This fits up here and doesn't look out of place. I mean, you know, that would absolutely kill the people underneath it. Probably collapse the roof, but it looks neat. And I forgot it existed, to be honest. These guys have an amazing vantage, which is admittedly quite cool. That's my survival syringe, ignore that. The slight issue again with Fallout 76 is the turrets have really short range, so they never actually attack the enemies. I didn't have enough build limit to do any behind it, which makes me sad. But it does look quite cool, so let's just give you a tour from the outside again. So yeah, it's a neat structure. Realistically, given the limitation of the build limit, you can't make it, like I said, this is like a normal size, slightly wider camp. And I mean, maybe you could say that was fully decorated, but perhaps if you maybe removed that completely and didn't have the turrets, or maybe pulled the fences in. But this would probably work on its own as its own standalone kind of structure, like as a blueprint, rather than necessarily kind of part of a camp. Which is also maybe why I would kind of people away from it, if I'm honest, because like currently with the build limit, you can't really make this. I mean, I'm quite pleased with how this place turned out. I'm just hanging out there, are you? At least you're not being as loud as they normally are today, so that's fine. I went for the evening, by the way, because I like the look. Plus, the weather here is so erratic. So I'm quite pleased with the militarized look of this. It does, you know, look like a Brotherhood of Steel camp you might stumble across in the game. I just think I would like more Brotherhood of Steel assets. Like if that bundle had, say, a load of more decorative assets, like a load of just bits and pieces, maybe I might say it was worth it. But to give you an idea, that bundle is more expensive than any of the DLCs for Fallout 4. And think how much content they was added. Anyway, a little bit of a negative, but just I wanted to be honest with this and not, you know, you guys think I'm shilling or something for Bethesda. If I shill for Bethesda, it'll be my cool little Doom guy action figure, which I was shilling on Twitter the other day. That's fucking cool. But this bundle, not so much. It's a cool bundle, it's just not worth, you know, 25 quid. But I'm reasonably pleased with what I've done, and honestly, I just still absolutely adore this thing so much. It is probably one of the best ones they've done. As I said, I didn't decorate as much as I'd like this time, but I mean, I've decorated before and it looks really cool. And the good thing is, even though it's a Brotherhood of Steel one, it doesn't have to be. I mean, I say that, I wish they sort of gave us a non-branded door, perhaps. I mean, maybe they'll give us, like, an Enclave version, which just has, like, I don't know, an Enclave door. Who knows? Anyway, hope you guys found this interesting. As I said, I wanted to get this out just to kind of, like, so people who are maybe unsure about the bundle, this is my honest opinion of it. It looks cool, but it might go on sale. If it went on sale for, like, 50% off, which is what the Wastelanders ones did, potentially then maybe pick it up, but I would hold off. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. If you didn't watch my last video, shame on you, you bastards. But also, it was an update on the channel. So I'm going to be making weird rattling. I'm going to be making mods again for Fallout 4. So I'm currently working on a home plate mod. That will be done kind of the latter side of December, because I've actually, as of the 11th is my last day of work this year. I saved all of my holiday for the latter side of the year. Get in. And then I'm going to put more serious effort into it then. So look out for that. I will make a video on it when it drops. And for those of you who do play Fallout 4, it will be available on all platforms, and because it won't be using any custom assets, it will be available on PlayStation as well. Anyway, I love you all. Enjoy your weekend. You take care.